If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Jane. I'm a psychic and energy intuitive, and I've been guided to bring this message to you today. And I was having a meditation, and I had visions, a lot of them actually. So I'm just going to kind of get right into it here. Now, I was getting a lot of sun energy. Also, I had a vision of a crow, a spider, an eagle, a dragon, a unicorn, an elk, and a snake. So, with all of those energies coming forward, it gave me a lot of information. Now, all these energies that have presented themselves in my vision is about clear seeing, which is, of course, visions, which is clairvoyance. So you could be somebody that could be activating your clairvoyance, or you have it and you being urged to develop it, or you want to voluntarily develop it. Okay, so there it's almost like it's split into two different realms. So they have like the crow, the spider, the eagle, the dragon. Those are all like connected to the higher realms and spirituality. And then you have the unicorn, the elk, and the snake, which are really earth energies. So it's telling me that you could connect a lot with the earth and animals. So your personal totem could have like all of these elements in them, energies, or and that probably and many more. Okay, so what this message is about having that higher perspective and having like more insightful in a from a different angle, and that like with your current situation, and that you're struggling with the change. Now they're saying to remember what your place is in the larger unified whole. So you have like, if you've gotten like really bad news, which I believe something has like fallen apart, some kind of destruction has happened in your life. So I was getting the energy that you have rebuilt your life before. This isn't your first destruction that you've had to deal with. And you also have like an independence that will help see you through. And you can use these difficulties as opportunities for growth. So that involves like shadow work. So with that shadow work, I mean, you can choose to work with that energy, and but it is going to be needed to take place. So you can either like, welcome it in and embrace it, and it'll just make that transition and that change a lot easier to deal, like, and because like freedom does come with dealing with the shadow self. And it's not easy. No, it definitely isn't. It's a very tough road, many hard days ahead and nights too. Yeah. And but it's a journey towards a self-realization, a mastery, if you will. Now, the importance about having a strong connection and being committed to relationships, having that is going to what's going to help see you through. So if you have some relationships that have like crumbled, but yet you'll still have like, you can still create a strong connection with spirit, with the divine. And that's where the unicorn comes in, because the unicorn is there to give you like support and with your emotional balance and your healing. So it's going to they want to bring out the nature of your elemental magic, is what they told me, and that you are already highly connected or have a very deep connection to the earth. And with the elk energy coming in here, it this step forward to help you to maintain and persevere through any adversity, because the elk is highly connected to the earth. And then the snake comes in with the earth energy of letting go of the past and just focus on a new life that you have to, you're probably forced into this new life. And, we all unfortunately go through it, especially if you have a gift. And here they're telling me, because they did it all through my vision, that you have a clairvoyance. Okay. Now you are going through, you're going to go through some profound healing if you decide to address your shadow self. And a new you will emerge from all of that. And then at the end of it all, I saw, because I was getting the sun energy in the beginning, they showed me like the number 0 and then like the Fool card in the tarot, which is also like a new beginning. And then they showed like the rays coming off of the circle. So that just like, as if you were like going to draw a sun with a pen, you would just, draw the circle and then do all the lines around it. Well, that's what they gave me. So, it gives me that, the sun is still something about the sun and being in the sun, because the sun is going to help you with this transition. Now, I don't know if it's because you're going to get like solar healing or, some kind of light energy or light codes, or I'm not really sure how they're going to do it. And they also had me pull out a dice here, and they had me put it on number 7. I wanted to put it on number 1, but they're like, no, number 7. So I put it on that. So they're going to tell us how long it's going to be for this healing to all transpire, and we'll do that at the end. And look at that. Look, it flipped over and on to the 1. Look at that. So maybe it should have been on 1 anyway, Spirit. Now, this is a new deck, and they want me to pull out a card. This is a Mayan Oracle deck. So this is communication with the galactic energies. So you can't get any higher than that. You know what I mean? Because we're dealing with the higher realms here with the crow, the spider, and the eagle and the dragon. And like with that spider too, like that is to remind you that, a spider web, it gets knocked down a lot. You know what I mean? Like a lot of destruction comes to spider webs. But what do? That next night they just rebuild. They just rebuild their whole life, because like a spider, they live in their web, they eat in their web, they seek protection in their web. So that is just to remind you that you're a part of the larger unified whole, especially where you have this clairvoyance. Okay. And when I was doing this too, my third eye was buzzing as well. So, okay, Spirit, let's see. What do you want here? Yeah, that looks like the moon. All right, I'm not sure what card they want. I'm just going to, on the bottom, Adventurer's Quest. Funny, because when I pulled the deck up, that was on the bottom when I picked the deck up here. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. It came back out. So we're going to take that one. You see how you can see all the dark, and then you have, even in the dark though, there's all this light. You know what I mean? I don't know what this card means. I don't know what any of these cards mean. I have never used any of these before right now. So let's see what they want me to read that at the very end. So let's see what, I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay. All right, Spirit, where do you want to begin here? Okay, they're asking me to begin with the tarot here. And we have the 3 of Acorns, foresight and exploration. Draft, that's that higher perspection. Just like, oh my goodness. Oh my God, and I just split it on the Fool card, the Traveler, number 0, adventure, potential. And look at all that sun energy behind it. Wow, I just split it on the That's funny, Spirit. Oh my gosh, look at that. And the crow on the nerves. Look, the magician, willpower, and creation. I'm telling you right now that you're wow, right out the gate too. The crows and the okay. Wow, Spirit. Is there another one here you wanted? Yeah, you have and they were talking about your earth magic because you're a magician. You have really, you can really develop your clairvoyance. I don't know who you are, but clairvoyance is something that a lot of people struggle with. Um, Seven of acorns, determination and stamina. That's the badger. That's that independence. That's that where I was saying how you've built your life before. Like this is the first time. Like you've had to come out swinging more than once. And a badger, wow, badger has that determination like nobody else. Okay, there's nothing on your spirit. Wow. Okay, now the acorns is wands. So it's the seven of wands here. Yeah. If this is something you want to do, if you want to really transform your life, like I'm not kidding, if you want to transform your life, really look into it and take on that determination. You will be absolutely, I just heard gobsmacked, but I don't really, I don't know where that come from. Okay, it's on the bottom here. The eagle, no joke, Spirit. So we have the crow, the eagle, and well, I guess it's not really an elk, but it's pretty dang close. Oh my goodness, shaman. Yeah, because you're really connected to the earth, like I said, divine wisdom, spiritual power. I'm telling you right now, you have some very special gifts here, whoever you are. Okay. Okay, I just split it on three of acorns again. Foresight and exploration. See that foresight? That's like that clear seeing too, right? Okay. And then you get to see things from a different perspective, like you do with that eagle. All right, Spirit. Wow. That blew me away. Okay. Okay. Let me pull up one of these here. Spiritual practice. The bottom. Reaching out, number 50. Oh my God, heart opening. And I was just talking about that. Someone you know, it may even be you, is withholding love and creating a very emotional, painful experience for everyone involved. Just like I said, you're struggling with this change, whatever has happened. Oh my goodness, when I pulled that down, when I pulled it, when they asked for this deck, the first thing I thought, oh, you're going to pull out that heart opening card, aren't you? And sure enough, number 41. Wow. Yeah, look, in true love, like stuck to the, like stretch yourself. Oh my goodness, Spirit. Because they were talking about the importance of having strong connection and to focus on a new life, and that you're going to go through like a profound healing, like use this opportunity, like all these difficulties, use all these opportunities with these difficulties that you're going through to work, to do like this growth in your shadow work. So stretch yourself. Number 7, and they even had me start with number 7. It is time to move past your comfort zone and into the unknown. And look at this. It looks like all sun energy here. And there's sun energy in this card too. Well, true love. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you embrace this, you will not regret it. It will really become this beautiful passion of yours. You'll truly fall in love with the energy. So at the core foundation of this relationship is a potential for true love. Yep. And that's what they were even talking about. about the relationship thing here. Hmm. Yeah, because they were saying how it's important to have a strong connection and be committed to relationships. So whether this relationship is on a human level, animal level, or planetary level, it's all about this heart opening. It's all about this true love. Oh, my spirit. It's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow. It's a lot of energies coming out already. These cards are very slippery on my thing here. This deck is new too. So this deck and this deck is new. Okay. What else do you want here, Spirit? Okay. They want to address the letting go thing. So we're going to start with that. So there's this letting go deck here. So on the bottom, it's a mountain and a valley, and it says enlightenment is not something that occurs in the future. After 50 years of sitting cross-legged and saying Om, it is right here in this instant. Wow, Spirit. Okay, what's on the side here? The reason you're not experiencing this state is because it is being resisted. Let go, clinging to what has just occurred. Let go, trying to control what you think is about to occur. Then you live in an infinite space of non-time and non-event. There is an infinite peace beyond description, and you are home. Oh my God, Spirit. You're going to feel love like you've never felt before with this. Slide you want this on. Enlightenment is not something that occurs in the future. Okay, see, and this comes right out under the Traveler. Wow, Spirit. Okay, so you want another one of these? They want another one of these here for the Magician. Go under the Magician. Okay. You know, that's why they're bringing up the Sun energy, because they really want to enlighten you on they want to enlighten you on what you need to do. I want to know about this elemental magic, though. I think it's because you're like a magic shaman. I think you could even be what do they call them? A shapeshifter. Or you have been. Look, I cut it on that again. Once the experience of peace has occurred, we are no longer a victim of the world. Oh my goodness, this is the willpower and creation. Look, with continual surrender, we begin to experience these states of peace with ever increasing frequency. When the clouds are removed, the sun shines forth, and we discover that peace was the truth all along. Surrender is the mechanism that uncovers the true nature of our existence. Wow, it's got the creator of our mechanism that uncovers the true nature of our existence, and then it has like creation right there. And oh my gosh, Spirit. Okay, let me turn this over here. You want it this way. Once the experience of peace has occurred, we are no longer a victim of the world. No, because you have all the power. Because they were talking about calling back your power in the beginning. Okay. Letting go means simply to let the feeling be there and to focus on letting out the energy behind it. Oh yeah, okay. So, you know, when you have that those moments of you know, those bad days, we're gonna say that. You know, you just like cry that out and let that energy go. And then when you're done, you just say, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the lessons, you know, and then maybe focus on maybe what you've learned from it or what the lesson could be, and look at that shadow that, because all that shadow self, that shadow work is, oh my God, I split it yet again. If we get stuck in a feeling, it is useful to look at the question of what we think we have accomplished by hanging on to it. I was just, spirit, I'm telling you, my psychic abilities have just been like popping. We will almost always find that we have a fantasy that it will have some effect on some other person and change their behavior or attitudes towards us. If we let go of that, we become willing to surrender the feeling itself. Okay, so I'm going to keep that card out here because this is the determination here. You have to have this determination to keep viewing things this way. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. What else do you want here, Spirit? Because I mean, wow. I mean, this is like saying it all. I mean, this is everything that, my pre-download came out with, right? It's really blowing me away. I want to know what your elemental magic is, though. I get see that's, but see, I won't be able to find that out for you because we're all different. So it's personal to us. So you need to find your own elemental magic. Like me, I'm able to you know, get these visions and read the animals and what they mean and put this all together and bring this to you. So that's my magic, right? I don't know what your magic is, but my third eye is just like it's pulsating, like pulsating. Okay, there's another card here they want me to bring out. What is that? They said I didn't bring the deck out. What is the deck? Okay. It's an inner child oracle card here that people went out. So there's something in this. And then they want me to read that. So become aware is on the bottom. It is time to celebrate, cultivate an air of celebration today. It's got the moon there. All right, let's see here. There's something else they want us to know. Ooh, energy is really high and okay. So that's struggling with the change is really what they want you to review your responsibilities. Not all responsibilities are ours to hold. Okay. So that's the being stuck thing. Look at this. You deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. And they come out with a deer here. So they had the elk, the deer, and then I don't know if that's like some kind of antelope or something. I think it's an antelope. Either or, all of them are really connected to the earth. Like they feed off the earth, they give birth on the earth, flow with the rhythm. I didn't know that card even existed. Get lost in the rhythm of movement today. Yeah, they want you to go inward because they want you to do that reflection, because the reflection is all about the shadow self. Today is the day. Look at that, and it's a giraffe. And didn't the giraffe keep coming out in the tarot? Oh my goodness, look at that rainbow. Number 36, that's a 9. And here we started with a 0 because it is time to begin the journey. Oh my God, Spirit. So they want this journey to come. This journey, this giraffe here. Holy crap. Okay. Yes, because look. So they brought out the giraffe twice, look, in 2 different decks. So you have the 3 of acorns, foresight, and exploration. It's time to begin the journey, the exploration, to find your magic. That's what I just said. Okay, let's see. What else did you want to bring out here, Spirit? They said you can work with this crystal will help. Let's see what this crystal is here. It's probably something to do with the violet flame, because that is probably the fastest way to bring healing. That and or here, I can let my cat out. Or clear quartz, or maybe any quartz. I think any quartz would probably work. All right, Spirit. They want to bring out a crystal here that you can work with. Look on the bottom is Chalcedony. Grab the mic and speak your mind. You're splitting it here. Moss agate. Trust the growth process. Yeah. This, you deal with that shadow self and all this child stuff. And I tell you, you're going to look, hematite, reality, check yourself. Reality, check yourself. Okay. So, hematite. Okay, they want me to read this here. Hematite. Okay, hematite. The universe thinks you may need a reality check, so peel those rose-colored glasses off your eyeballs and don't look away from what's right in front of you. Dark and shiny hematite helps reflect our true circumstances back to us so we can see from a more grounded perspective. Look at that. Grounded, which is the earth, and perspective, which is all about the crow and the eagle, and right on, Spirit. Because while our hopes and dreams can fuel us, having your head in the clouds could cause you to overlook some obvious steps. When you're centered, solidly rooted, and acting from a place of acceptance rather than denial, it's a lot easier to move forward in a way that makes sense. Okay, so that's why they're talking about like just, like sitting cross-legged and saying Om. Okay. All right, Spirit. So today is the day. And oh, you want this one read. There's something in both. Okay, just a quick little thing they said. A quick little thing. What book is that again? Okay. Let's see here. Number 28. Okay, what is it? Okay, so it says taking responsibility is binary in nature. And like a coin, there are always two sides to it. On one side, if the responsibility is not ours to hold, it can be draining and harmful. On the other side, if the responsibility is ours to hold, it can be very empowering. Oh my God, because they even have empowerment up here, don't they? No, maybe not. There are certain aspects of ourselves that only we can be responsible for. Otherwise, we are giving our personal power away. Moreover, if we hold responsibility for another person, it can hinder their growth process and possibly damage our relationship with them. So this is exactly what they're talking about. So I think you're trying to hold on to somebody because you're trying to struggle with that change. Now, Okay, yeah, they're really bringing up what I had my pre-download here. So if you have pulled this card, then there might be an imbalance in your life regarding responsibilities. And we did talk about uh, you're going to have support and healing with your emotional balance, right? Okay, so what's this other one here? 36. Okay, 36. It can seem overwhelming when you look toward the finish line of a journey you have not yet begun and see how long it will take to reach the end. But the finish line is not always where your attention belongs. It belongs in the space right in front of you. The journey begins with one step and continues with the next step and the next until one day you have arrived. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to do what you have been putting off. So, the self care exercise is make a commitment to yourself to begin your journey. And though it might seem scary, know that beyond the horizon awaits something more wonderful than you can know in these present moments. No one is ever truly ready for their first steps. It is not perfection that we seek, but a life lived fully. Spirit, beautiful. Okay. All right. So there you go. So that's that. And now what do you want, Spirit? This one here. Now this deck here is from the Galactic community. So I don't even know how to say that word. Where's that book? Buried. Okay. Let me see here. What I gotta look this up here. Off that number, page 46. Okay. Akbal. It's night. It's night. Cool. Okay, so the qualities is a conscious dreamer, abyss, mystery, sanctuary, serenity, looks within. Oh my goodness. Okay, so place closing darkness, journey into oneself, stillness, dream time, dream field matrix, and dream exploration. Okay, so here we go. So all the symbols here is the womb, the abyss, the dark cave, and the bat. The number is 3, which is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, I just realized that that's the 7 too, because they had me start with 7. They brought out the 7, and then they had me have this dice with 7. So there's 777. I just noticed that. I had looked up when I saw 3, and I was just like, what is the. Wow. Okay. And 3 is like the Trinity type thing, type of thing. Okay. What else here? What else do you want, Spirit? The water element is it's a water element, yeah. Okay. What else here, Spirit? Okay, so there's a shadow wisdom. So I think they want me to read this shadow wisdom to you here. Yeah, because enter the enveloping darkness of the womb of self. Wow, because this is what it's all been about your doing your shadow work, like going in and that's what this card ended up being about. So your shadow wisdom is a viewpoint to internal and subjective sadness, depression, self-judgment, fear of change. See that? Wow. Can't make it up. So shadow transformation, be willing to examine how you judge and evaluate yourself. Embrace the following and follow your inner shadow process to learn from their gifts. Just like I said, and they're bringing that out again. Yep, just going to be integration. Just like I said, that there's going to be this whole profound healing is going to take place if it's not already taking place now. Okay, so they're saying that there's a mudra here for when you're meditating that you can use. So your eyes closed, hands together, at wrists, palms up, bowing forward, then rise up, crossing forearms on chest. So the meditation is, I am the darkness that is the light, and the stillness that is the dancing. I am the darkness that is the light, and the stillness that is the dancing. Okay. So there's an affirmation here. I pilgrimage deep within to the sanctuary of self to garner the gifts awaiting me there. And just like they were saying, like, take that opportunity, take these new difficulties as opportunities for growth. Wow, spirit. What is there anything else here? Okay, so there's like some shadow wisdom here. Like there's all of this, but they want me to read the shadow of Akbal. Yeah. Suggests that your focus may be too inward and subjective. Becoming lost in the house of self can lead to feelings of sadness and depression. Okay, so give voice and vision to the shadow and the unconscious. And this has all been about the vision, because this has all been about the clairvoyance and the clear seeing. And that's why they brought all of this out, all these earth energies and these higher realm energies. They brought these all to just bring me this message to give to you, so you can see how this all works. You know what I mean? Okay. Becoming lost in the house of self can lead to feelings of sadness and depression. Give voice and vision to the shadow and to the unconscious. Conscious, yeah. Are you feeling limited by your own internal process or by a specific issue? Instead of resisting your subjective process, begin to transform it by fully embracing it. Journey into the abyss to find the positive intent of your subjectivity or inward search. Perhaps you have issues of self-judgment that amplify your feelings of separation. If so, enter into the sanctuary of silence to explore how your present belief system may be creating illusion. In this evolutionary playing field, remember that belief systems that are ready to be transformed draw to themselves the way through their shadow. Be willing to step into the unknown. Go deep within. See what jewels might be hidden in the heart of your own darkness. The truth you find in that darkness often holds the greatest potential for growth. The magical child. Oh my goodness, look. And it says here the magical child, and then there's like this whole little thing here. Okay, so they want me to read this little poem or something here. The magical child. I am Akbal, enveloping darkness, potent peace. Yeah, because it brings that freedom. Fugacity of the abyss, deep, silent retreat, sanctuary, the womb of the dream time, the powerful cauldron of possibility where all exists now. Dream matrix where reality is created by the conscious dreamers. Place of remembrance of the formless. sounding the great mystery of being in form, the stillness that is the dancing, I beckon you to merge with me, to go within, to free your illusions of pain, sadness, judgment, limitation, forgetting. The gifts of release, the glimmer of light at tunnel's end might be yours, that the expansive vessel of the essence self might be raised to your eager lips, and your reunion tenderly celebrated in the sanctuary of my warmth, my darkness, my peace. Wow, Spirit. That was like amazing and very profound to me. Like that is just wow. I don't even know what else to say with that. Just wow. See how they do that? They brought this card out first and then everything, you know what I mean? That pre-download, and oh wow, it's amazing. Okay, so I hope this video finds you well. If you've made it this far, if you can hit the like button and share and subscribe, hit the notification bell, you'll receive more readings like this and other type of readings, because I do a variety. I'm bringing activations, other times alignments, sometimes it's a lesson to be learned, sometimes it's just to help encourage you onto your path of your, like this one is about your clairvoyance and your vision. So dealing with that shadow self, to these all these animals and that have come forward, you could resonate with all of them, or obviously many more too, because there's a lot here. So with that, I'm going to bid you a good day, and I'm sending love and light, and I hope this video finds you well. Okay, sorry folks, I cleaned everything up and then realized I did not roll the dice here, so I'm going to do that for you, and we're going to find, this is months, so how many months is this going to be for this profound healing and the new you to emerge? Okay. 8. Look at that. 8. And that's also an infinity. And I kept seeing that infinity symbol showing up in the reading too. So expect a good hard 8 months. And, it sounds like a long time, but really, time really does go fly. Well, I guess when you're in pain, it doesn't, not so much. But anyway, so I hope this healing is going to be speedy. And you come out the other side, you're going to have it mastered. It's going to be a beautiful, strong connection. You're going to have these visions, this clairvoyance. You're going to have this clear seeing. And, nothing will ever be the same again. It's going to be a very beautiful experience for you. And with that, now I'm going to bid you a good day, sending all my love and light.